What's up, YouTube? How's it going, guys? Welcome. This video, obviously, as you can tell by the title, we're gonna talk about how to pass the CSCS, how I passed the CSCS. Because I just wanted to like get this out there, kind of like throw in what I did to pass, so hopefully it can help you and you can pass. Rocking the beanie right now because my hair is a mess. I really need a haircut. But anyway, we're gonna get into it. So I passed the test like 2 or 3 months ago, back in March. It's currently May, so I guess that's 2 months ago. Or did I pass in February? I don't know. End of February, early March, doesn't matter. I was in the senior year of my exercise physiology degree at the University of Maryland, Baylor. Decided that I was like, I wanted to take this test. Took the test, passed the test. Pretty, I'm not gonna say easily, but I comfortably passed it. Like I was halfway through the last section, and I'm like, dude, I know I passed this shit. But anyway. So some people have been hitting me up on social media and asking me what I did. Some of my peers have asked me what I did to pass. So I kind of just wanted to put a video out there to go over how I passed it. So first and foremost, read the textbook, the 4th edition textbook. I don't have it. So I borrowed it from a friend because like I sent the wrong edition and it was a hassle. Long story short, it was a big hassle. But anyway, I just borrowed it from a friend. I read the whole textbook front to back, cover to cover. And then, so yeah, my first advice would be to read the textbook. Now, you're going to want to take notes when you read the textbook, but also you're not going to want to take extreme notes like you're in a lecture, because then it will just take you forever to get through the textbook. So what I did, this is actually my notebook. Some pages are ripping, some pages fall out of notebooks. You know how it is, guys. You know how it is. So like, for example, I took, it's like this. It's chapter 21. Chapter 21 is periodization in the text. I'm just going to show you. I have a 1-page notes on chapter 21. It's just a page of notes. You can't even see that. That's terrible. But anyway, front and back page of notes on chapter 21. So I went through each chapter and I only took about 2 to 3 pages of notes max, just little 1-line snippets so I could get through each chapter. Now that was important because it allowed me to get through it and it allowed me to soak in the main ideas. So I would recommend doing that. And then also at the end, when I went through the whole book, I took each 1 to 2, 3 pages of notes and I turned each one into 1 or 2 main ideas from each chapter that I put into a quick guide study review that I could literally get through in 15 to 20 minutes when I needed to. So I did that too. That's why the shorter notes helped me, and I could put it into even quicker notes for a quick note study guide. That actually helped a lot. So another thing is, when you read the textbook, at the end of each chapter, it's gonna be, there's like 5 questions. Answer the questions. Go through those questions. Do your best to answer them first without looking at your notes. There's usually 1 or 2 easy ones, just like on the test. 1 or 2 that you're like, oh yeah, I know that, and then one of them that you maybe have to think about. But it's important that on the ones that you maybe have to think about, that you don't guess, because you're just going to, because you don't want to guess, you want to know the material. So if you don't know it, go back, look in the chapter, read it over, come back, answer the question, because then you know it and then you'll just be better prepared. So I did take the test this semester after I took the strength and conditioning class at my school. The class just provided me like a good base, and then everything I know, like, so I've been a trainer before, so like, I did all my research on my own, like the YouTube, the articles you read, all that also like helped a lot and prepare me for this test. So and then my school's program, exercise physiology, it was really big on the exercise science part, so I did know my exercise sciences. But if you're unsure exercise sciences, pay close attention to the exercise science chapters and make sure you understand it, and also vice versa to the performance and the programming chapters. In the nutrition chapters, make sure you understand that as well. So another few notes I want to go is, know the guidelines and know your stuff in kilograms. Okay, if you're like me, you're American, you don't like kilograms. Okay, I'm even a power lifter and I don't like kilograms, and our whole world is kilograms. But know your stuff in kilograms. And I'm just going to tell you why, because all the nutrition questions, it's going to be easier if you know them in kilograms. The recommendations are in kilograms, so you don't have to transfer them over to pounds if you don't know them. I made literally a page guide, nutrition guidelines, and that helped me so much. So know your stuff in kilograms. That's also going to help you later on down the road when you read literature and stuff, because once again, it's all done in kilograms. So know your kilograms if you're an American. If you're a European, you're across the pond, whatever. You don't need to know that, but because you live kilograms, so know your kilograms in order to be able to transfer, and then know the guidelines. Know the nutrition guidelines, protein recommendations for endurance athletes, strength athletes, carb recommendations, fat, saturated fats. Just know those guidelines, and you'll be able to. I missed one question on the nutrition portion, and I really want to know what question it was. Like that's kind of driving me crazy. So another thing that helped me after all that is this app. It's called Fitness Prep. It's this blue app right here. Fitness Prep. It's called Fitness Prep CSCS. I paid for like a $20 version. Gave me like 800 questions. I literally quizzed myself. I got a question every day, and I literally took like 2 or 3 quizzes every single day. These questions, they're going to be in the ballpark of the type of questions you're going to see on the test. They're not necessarily going to be, some of them are going to be easier, some of them are going to be harder, but there's in the ballpark of the type. It gets you used to the material, and the best part about this app is after each question, if you get it wrong, it offers an explanation. So you can just get more reading and get more knowledge and just like that, just because you get that explanation. So that was another thing that was very beneficial from like just having the app there. So I used those 2 things. I felt pretty prepared. And then the last thing I did, because I was nervous, I was psyching myself out, and I was like, okay, I don't want to fail this test. So the last precautionary measure I would highly recommend is if you don't, because obviously you don't want to take it, like you paid $300 something. So I actually shelled out another $120. I saved up and I bought the practice pack on NSCA, and that helped me a lot too, just because it is the exact type of questions that you're going to see on the test, and it gives you a good idea of what kind of questions to expect. So for instance, I bought the whole pack. If you maybe struggle with this section, I don't know if y'all can see this. Yeah, if you maybe struggle with the section, just buy that specific section of questions, but I bought all 6 sections. It helped me a lot. It helped me with the program design. You can look at various programs and what the goals are. So the biggest thing was the nutrition one, because it would be like, so with the nutrition, like I said, it's important with the nutrition, know the guidelines in kilograms, and then know mental math. Or not mental math, but you're not gonna be able to calculate when you calculate nutrition problems. It'll be like, Billy eats 800 calories a day from protein. His diet's 2,200 calories. What percentage of his diet comes from protein? Okay, something like that. So just know how to math it all down. Okay, you know that protein's 4 grams, carbs 4 grams, and then 1 gram is 4 calories, and then fats 1 gram is 9 calories. So know all that, and then know how to mental math calculate it out with different scenarios. That's what the question helped a lot. And the last thing is, what these questions kind of helped me realize, because it kind of got me thinking in the mindset, is just know how to apply the material. Don't worry. When you read a question, you might just be like, what the fuck? But like at the same time, just like calm down and like break it down part by part by part. If you know your stuff, you're gonna know your stuff. Like, you may not fully understand the specific question when first looking at it, but if you break it down in each part, you might know what this part of the muscle does. And if you know what this muscle does, you know how to affect this part. And if you know how to affect this part, you know what it's going to do to your performance over here. Sometimes that's how you got to think about things. I know I'm talking really fast, but I'm just trying to like make sure I get through all my notes and not make the video too long. But basically, know how to break down and apply the material. Just think about it. Think about how the body works, how you know the movements and stuff, and just go through that part. And then a few more things. There was a little bit more exercise physiology, or sports psych. There was more sports psych on the test than I thought, but sports psych wasn't a problem for me. Just validity, can't even think of all the stuff now, but the inverted U theory, stuff like that, there was a little bit more of those questions than I would have thought. And then for the exercise technique questions, were the videos from like the 1990s and the dudes doing like hops over a cone. My biggest thing for those is study the pictures in the textbook. I look at these questions a lot, but that one is, from what I found out from when I did the practice questions and when I actually took the test, I feel like the test questions were a little bit easier than the practice questions. Don't overthink those. Okay, so they're not trying to trick you. If the movement is not blatantly obvious wrong, more than likely there's nothing wrong with it. So kind of think like that. Like, don't, like, you can almost, like with any exercise, you could probably nitpick everybody and find something wrong, but don't overthink it on the test. If you watch it twice and you're like, that looks good, more than likely it's gonna be good. If you watch it once and you're like, something's off, more than likely something's going to be off. So just don't nitpick the exercise technique questions. I would say that a lot too. But other than that, I think that kind of explains all the advice I've given everybody. Read the textbook, take a few notes, or else it'll take you forever to get through the textbook. I think if you read 15 pages a day, you can get through the textbook in 30 days. If you're not on a timetable. I don't know. But that's just my advice. Another thing I do and helps me study, put your phone, set your phone timer for 20 minutes, and then set your phone down. Go hard for 20 minutes, and then after 20 minutes, take like a 10-minute break, chill, play a game, get on Instagram, get on Twitter, watch a YouTube video, do whatever you want, take a break. That's how I prepared for the test. That's how I studied for it. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to break it all down for you guys. I hope this video helped a lot. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. You can shoot me an email. It's gonna be in the comments down below too. You can DM me on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram, Camden C. Wilson. All that's gonna be linked in the bio. But I think that mainly covers it. At the end of the day, just know your stuff, which kind of sounds like dumb advice, but it is what it is. All right. Anyway, this video is already like 11 minutes. I didn't want it to be super long. Hope that advice helps. Quick notes. Put it into a review study guide. Know your guidelines, know your stuff in kilograms, and then know how to break down and apply, and then don't overthink exercise technique questions. All right, peace out. See you guys later. Like the video.